Na, non, Yavad, as long as, Etam, this, Tanubrit, one who has accepted a material body, Narendra, O king, Viduya, Mayam, washing away the infection accumulated because of contamination by the material world. Vayuna Udayena, by awakening of transcendental knowledge due to good association and study of the Vedic literatures. Vimukta Sangaha, free from all material association. Jita Sat Sapatnaha, conquering the six enemies, the five knowledge acquiring senses, and the mind. Veda knows. Atma Tattvam, spiritual truth. Brahmati, he wonders. Iha, in this material world. Tavat, until that time. My dear King Rahugana, as long as the conditioned soul accepts the material body and is not free from the contamination of material enjoyment, as long as it does not conquer its six enemies and come to the platform of self-realization by awakening his spiritual knowledge, he has to wander among different places and different species of life in this material world. My dear King Rahugana, as long as the conditioned soul accepts the material body, is not free from the contamination of material enjoyment, and as long as he does not conquer his six enemies and come to the platform of self-realization by awakening his spiritual knowledge, he has to wander among different places and different species of life in this material world. Purport. By His divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. When one's mind is absorbed in material conception, he thinks that he belongs to a particular nation, family, country, or creed. These are all called upadhis or destination. And one has to become free from them. Sarva upadhi vinirmuktam. As long as one is not freed, he has to continue conditioned life in material existence. A human form of life is meant for cleansing away this misconception. If this is not done, one has to repeat the cycle of birth and death and thus suffer all material conditions. Vamagyanatimirandasya gnanam gnanasalakaya chakshudhanmilitam yena tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Satvitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamam Dadati Savarandikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yudhapadakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sakajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Saji Shadvetam Shavadutam Parajanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakam Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchna Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namarom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Sesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivai Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much for joining in our Srimad Bhagavatam class for today. So this is, we have been covering this point about the mind. This whole chapter is about the mind. The consequence of suffering this material world is primarily because of the influence of the mind. That we have shown you many, many verses already. Yes? Huh? Hello? Yes. Which one you know? Which one? 6, 5? 6, 5, 6, 6. Oh, that's the Bhagavad. Simple Bhagavad Gita. 6, huh? 6.5. 6.5, 6.6. But what specifically says that the mind is the cause of all your problems? Huh? Anyway, 15.7, all right? 15.7 says you will be in trouble. Kaschati, with the mind you are suffering in this material. Yes? And of course in chapter 6, Krishna says the mind can be your friend, can be your enemy. Mind not control will degrade you. Mind control, promote you. Yes? So all these subjects about the mind. And Krishna also said, think of me, become my devotee, worship me. Yes? So Krishna is just saying very briefly, you engage your mind in thinking of me. Yes? You know? But he never actually say in the Bhagavad Gita that how you can actually think of me. Did he say? Did he say? Can you think of any word that he says specifically how you can think of me? Huh? What is it in that verse? And the taste of water, the light of sun, in the grass where we can think about. Huh? What number is it? 7, huh? 7, 8, 8. Seven? 8. 7 what? 8. So here he says is the syllable Om and the Vedic mantras. And I am the sound and ether and ability in man. But specifically, he did not actually say, he said, yes, I am the sound. But did he give you any idea that how you should approach him? Because he said you chant, you think of me, right? Huh? That is about the Mahatmas. The Mahatmas were chanting my name. He never asked you to chant. Did he say? Did he say, how? He said you think of me. Worship me, become my, 2 times he said that, right? How to think of him, did he say? In the Gita, did he say? Have you read the Gita? Where he says? He showed his form, right? Huh? He showed his form, right? He showed his form, but how to achieve his form? Is that there in the Gita? That's not there. It is not. So how to understand how to think of Krishna. So here in the Bhagavatam, you want to know the Sanskrit, huh? You want to chant this Sanskrit, it's important. This is spoken by Narada Muni here, for your information. Can you chant this verse? Anyone? So here Narada is speaking. This is actually his conversation with Vyasadeva. Can you read that? My God. Thus, he is the actual seer who worships in the form of transcendental sound representation, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, who has no material form. Is it his point here? In other words, to approach the Lord, you have to worship him in the form of transcendental sound vibration. Narada Muni is giving his realization, how he is controlling his mind. Are you following? The purport is very important. Our present senses are all made of material elements, and therefore they are imperfect in realizing the transcendental form of Lord Vishnu. He is therefore worshipped by sound representation via the transcendental method of chanting. You understand this? Hello? Huh? Anything which is beyond the scope of experience by our imperfect senses can be realized fully by the sound representation. A person transmitting sound from a far distant place can be factually experienced. If this is materially possible, why not spiritually? This experience is not a waking personal experience. It is actually an experience of the transcendental personality of Godhead, who possesses pure form of eternity, bliss, and knowledge. In the Amarkosa's Sanskrit dictionary, the word murti carries import in twofold meaning, namely form and difficulty. Therefore, amurtikam is explained by Acharya Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur as meaning without difficulty. Without difficulty. In other words, he's telling us that you can approach the Lord or you can capture the Lord by sound connection. You understand? So the mind can be captured by this. That's why the word mantra is used now. Yes? Understand? The transcendental form of eternal bliss and knowledge can be experienced by our original spiritual senses, which can be revived by chanting holy mantras. This is the point here. Or transcendental sound representation. Such sound should be received from transparent agency of the bona fide spiritual master, and the chanting may be practiced by the direction of the spiritual master. This will gradually lead us nearer to the Lord. This method of worship is recommended in the Pancharatrika system, which is both recognized and authorized. The Pancharatrika system has the most authorized codes for transcendental devotional service. Without the help of such codes, one cannot approach the Lord. Certainly not by dry philosophical speculation. The Pancharatrika system is both practical and suitable for this age of Kora. The Pancharatrika is more important than the Vedanta of the modern age. We'll come to this point. Anyway, do you see how important it is to chant? Then the Bhagavad Gita, as I opened and I said, there is no mention of this chanting. Krishna says, yes, the sages are chanting. How to recognize a Mahatma? He will be always chanting. Right? And Krishna says, you think of me. Correct? How to think of him? He left that open. So here Narada is explaining why he chanted. What? Because the Lord can be approached by sound, vibration. Are you following? Yeah? Hello? This is Narada's version, All right, then here, I think I'll go to the next word. I think that's also important. Let's see this next verse. Okay. So he's saying here very clear. I'll just repeat this word before we go. This thing is very difficult to work. I don't know why this is racing all over the place. It's not stopped yet. How to do this? I think I better use the cursor key. So here, let us all chant the glories of Vasudeva along with his plenary expansion, Pradyumna, Anuruddha, and Sankarshan. So, of course, here it's very important to note that he's asking you to chant the name of Krishna, whose expansions are Vasudeva and all that. You don't chant anything else, or like some people say, chanting Jai Ganesh or chanting what? Jai Durga. This is Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. There is no other person. What is that other verse you chant? The Vedas. What is that verse? By all the Vedas, that mantra from the Vedas, Rig Veda. Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Pasyanti Surya. That again, you chant the name of. You don't go and chant all these other demigods. They think, oh yeah, you can chant Jai Ganesh and Jai Muruga and whatnot. That's not correct. It's not what? Correct. So this is why here it says, let us all chant the glories of Vasudeva. Then he explains in this verse that I just showed you, that the Lord is accessible by the sound vibration. There's the actual seer who worship the form of transcendental sound representation, the supreme personality of Godhead Vishnu, who has no material form. Now here again, Here again, so the Lord is speaking in this verse 51, Aham vai sarva bhutani bhuta atma bhuta bhavanaha sabda brahman param brahma mano ube sasvati tanu mamo ube, sorry. All living entities, moving and non-moving, are my expansion and are separate from me. I am the super soul of all living beings who exist because I manifest them. I am the form of transcendental vibration like Omkara and Hare Krishna, and I am the supreme absolute truth. These two forms of mine, namely the transcendental sound and the eternally blissful spiritual form, the deity, are my eternal forms. They are not material. So now the stress is also given on his form. Earlier also it was Narada is also saying about my form, and now again the Lord is stressing these two important things. What is that? The sound vibration, Hare Krishna, and so now here, of course, you please take note of this and read the purport. It's quite important. Now here in this verse, so here in this verse, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Uddhava, the Supreme Lord gives life to every living being and is situated within the heart along with the life air and primeval sound vibration. See this point here? He is giving life to every living being and situated in the heart along with the life air and primeval sound vibration. The Lord can be perceived in a subtle form within the heart by one's mind, since the Lord controls the mind of everyone, even great demigod like Lord Shiva. The Supreme Lord also assumes the gross form as the various sounds of the Vedas, composed of short and long vowels and consonants of different intonation. So now this point here, very important. The Lord can be perceived in a subtle form within the heart by one's mind. So now you see the correlation, how Narada Muni, he perfected his life by chanting sound vibration, yes. And of course, he also worshipped the form. And now here the Lord is speaking to Uddhava, how you can come in contact with me? How? Hello? By what? You cannot do all these other things are not possible. Other things will go to that also. Huh? You understand? Easily you can approach the Lord by mantra, by chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Very quickly you will be able to capture the Lord. Now this is Narada and this is Chitraketu and now the Lord is speaking. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come. Of course, he never explained all these things, but he has given the formula how to capture the Lord. And all he did was what? Tell you to what? But you see the philosophy behind this chanting? Understand, it's not a speculation of the Lord. It is the only means. It is the only. Yeah, that's why he says, there's so many verses on this point. We'll cover as much as we can. Simply by chanting the holy name of Krishna, one can obtain freedom from material existence. And that simply by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, one be able to see the lotus feet of the Lord. So now Krishna say man mana bhava, yes? Yeah? But he did not tell you how to do that, correct? Here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he simply say you chant. Why you have to chant? Because this chanting is so powerful, it will connect you with the Lord sitting in your heart. Hello? You understand? Huh? So you please read this purport, it is very important too. In this age of Kali, there's no religious principle other than chanting the holy name, which is the essence of all Vedic hymns. This is the purport of all scriptures. That's why we are stressing the chanting of why? Because that sound vibration will connect you with Krishna immediately. And there's no other process. Understand? I recommend you to read the purport also. After describing the potency of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, my spiritual master taught me another verse, advising me to always keep it within my throat. So this is the very famous verse. Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam, kalau nasteva, gatiranyata. I'm sure you know this. For spiritual progress in this age of Kali, there's no alternative, there's no alternative. There's no alternative to the holy name, the holy name, the holy name. So this is very important. So the Lord then, you see, since I have received the order of by my spiritual master, I always chant the holy name, and I thought that by chanting and chanting the holy name, I become bewildered. So here in another place, the same word is this Harinama words, the same translation. In this age of Kali, the holy name of the Lord, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, is the incarnation of Lord Krishna. Simply by chanting the holy name, one associates with the Lord directly. Anyone who does this is certainly delivered. You see, this is the shortcut of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna just said, you think of me, correct? But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come and given us the process of how to think of Krishna. You understand this? Huh? Hello? Huh? This verse repeats the word Eva certainly 3 times for emphasis. It also 3 times repeats Harinam, is the holy name of the Lord, just to make common people understand. The use of the word Kevala only prohibits all other process such as the cultivation of knowledge, practice of mystic yoga, performance of austerity and fruitive activity. That means all other kinds of yoga will not work. Karma yoga, jnana yoga, what? Astanga yoga, all will not work. That's why the word Kevala only means use here. You understand? So if you want to become successful in controlling your mind, there is no other alternative than chanting Krishna's. You cannot do any other way. Yeah? So another point that I'm trying to make here, this verse clearly says that anyone who accepts any other path cannot be delivered. This is the reason for the triple repetition, nothing else, nothing else, nothing else, which emphasizes the real process of self-realization. To chant the holy name, one should always be humble. This is the process how to chant. So another important thing is that, give me a minute. So here, to chant the holy name of the Lord, one need not depend upon other paraphernalia, for one can immediately get all desired results linking with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It may therefore be questioned why there is a necessity for initiation or further spiritual activities and devotional service for one who engages in chanting the holy name of the Lord. The answer is that, although it is correct that one who fully engages in chanting the holy name need not depend upon the process of initiation, generally a devotee is addicted to many abominable material habits due to material contamination from his previous life. In order to get quick relief from all this contamination, it is required that one engage in the worship of the Lord in the temple. The worship of the deity in the temple is essential to reduce one's restlessness due to the contamination of conditioned life. The Narada in his Pancharatrika Vidhi and other great sages have sometimes stressed that since every conditioned soul has a bodily concept of life aimed at sense enjoyment, to restrict this sense enjoyment, the rules and regulations of worshipping the deity in the temple are essential. Srila Rupa Goswami has described that the holy name of the Lord can be chanted by liberated souls, but almost all souls we have to initiate are conditioned. It is advised that one chant the holy name of the Lord without offense and according to the regulated principles. Yet, due to the past bad habit, they violate these rules and regulations. Thus, the regulated principles of worship of the deity are also simultaneously essential. Two important things that's now we covered, the holy name and my form in the deity. Yes, so here the stress is why we have to do deity worship along with chanting Hare Krishna. Although the holy name is so powerful to connect you, but because of our conditioning nature, we are prone to so many bad habits, we have to actually worship. uh, Only liberated souls don't require deity worship like Haridas Thakur. He's just chanting. So we need this. Then our mind will become captured. You understand? So in this class, I've summarized, I explained to you how you can capture your mind. Yes? How to do that? Krishna says you must think of me. Correct? 2 times stress. Man mana bhava mat bhakta. Yes? How to do that? That he did not say. He did not? He did not say. So that is spoken by, I have given you the example of Narada Muni and also Chitraketu and also Krishna himself, that you can capture the mind, the at the subtle form of the Lord through your mind by mantra. Jai Sri Radha. By mantra. Yes? Hello? And I have explained what is that mantra to connect you to Krishna specifically in Kali Yuga. You cannot try any other things. It will not work. You understand? One more verse. Yeah. 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 Okay. Kali Kalere Dharma, Krishna Nama Sankirtana. Kali Kalere Dharma. There's only one Dharma for Kali Yuga. What is that? Krishna Nam Sankirtana. So you cannot do anything else. You cannot use any other method to capture Krishna. When Krishna said Man Mana Bhava Makbhakta, you cannot use any other program except chanting Hare Krishna. That Krishna himself came 500 years ago to reveal to us that you can only capture Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama Rama. For he quoted this famous verse, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam. Kalau nasteva gatir. There's no other way. Therefore, if someone thinks that this Hare Krishna movement, they are just fanatics, this and that, they are totally wrong. They cannot prove how it is possible otherwise. You cannot. Can you prove? You cannot. I have shown you conclusive evidences how this mantra is the only means to connect with God. Yes? And although they are mantras, but specific mantra is given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And you cannot. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is who? Krishna himself. And he has spoken. Yes, you chant. That's why he does cut short everything. You don't need to know so many things. You simply chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. That's why I say my spiritual master gave me this mantra. And I started chanting, and I do not know what is this mantra. Suddenly tears are falling, this ecstasy, everything is coming. How this is happening, it isn't explained. Explain? No. So this is the shortcut. You chant, and your life will become finished. Nothing more. Nothing else to do. Yes.
Are we also talking like that Christians, Jesus is the only way?
Huh?
Are we also talking like that Christians, Jesus is the only way, otherwise we will go to hell?
And what's wrong with saying that? Anything wrong? We are saying, but we are more conclusive. What Jesus Christ said, actually, he didn't say he is the only way. He said, I am one of the many shepherds who can lead you to my Father. One of they changed that to I am the only, but we change it now. We say we are the only. We are more. And there's no other way. Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam. What is that? Another way? That's another way? No? Yes. So the chanting of the name of the Lord is the only way. And this verse is spoken by who? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. You understand? You have to be fanatic about it. You cannot just be liberal and say you can do anything and go back to God. It doesn't work. That's why Krishna said, Sarva Dharma Parityaja Mam Ekam. Why he said that? My own Krishna is wrong. I was giving a class in Australia. I quoted this verse. One lady was with the Buddhist background. She didn't like it at all. Yeah, remember? She didn't like it. Prabhu, you showing this only way. This is the only way. How am I going to change that? Can I change it? No. Sarva dharma parityaja mam ekam. So you try to understand, Krishna is fanatical about you surrendering to him alone. This liberal thing, I gave a class on Sunday, right? Hello. Huh? And that class is what? There's only Krishna. There's no other thing. If you're going to do other thing, then you are liberal and you cannot get Krishna. You cannot. You follow? We are more fanatical than the Christians. They are little lightweight for us. Yes? You understand? So therefore, the only way to attain success is to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. And that will connect you to Krishna immediately. You understand? Because the Lord is sitting in the heart. The moment you chant, you're calling Him, non-different. That vibration is so powerful. You understand? That's why it says in that verse, except for the dumb, everyone can chant. Yes? Except for the dumb. Everyone can chant. So try to understand the potency of how to control this mind, which is so difficult. There are so many verses we read, so many. Yes, this mind is the cause of all our problem. This mind is the nonsense. This mind is a headache. Yes, and this mind can be controlled simply by one thing: chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. And your life will become perfect. You are going home back to God by chanting Hare Krishna. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Yes? Doubt. You're doubting. Not sure. You're not sure. What? Looks like you're not sure. What happened?
The deity is the deity is addressing the deity is Krishna himself. And how come the demigods deities are the demigods? For example, when Jagabharat was being offended, then Rudradev came out of the deities. So it is non-different from the deity as well.
No, no. The demigods are always working under the direction of the Lord. So the Lord is giving instruction. That's why I said in the Bhagavad Gita 7:22, no? Anything that you're getting from them is coming through only. My etan, what is that Sanskrit? See, it's only by me. You have to understand, everything is managed by the Lord. Everything is done by the. So the Lord is instructing, hey, you come out of your thing and you kill all these people. Under the direction of the Lord. They're not independent. See, because Krishna says, I cannot tolerate my devotees being what? Punished, blasphemed, offended. Yes, I cannot tolerate that. So the Lord is instructing to show example that how He is what? Very, very merciless when His devotees are being attacked. They were going to kill Him. And He ordered, and we read one verse also, He says that the demigods themselves will not tolerate when the Lord is, and Lord means His devotee also. Just like when Prahlad Maharaj was about to be killed by Indra, yes, we are taking her to our ashram and waiting for her to deliver this child. The moment this child is delivered, we will kill him and then we will let her go. That's what is their plan. And Narada came and said, you cannot kill this child. He's a devotee. What? He's a devotee. Oh, immediately they succumb later. You see? So the demigods, they're not foolish, that they do not know the position of a devotee. You understand? Only those people who are foolish worshippers of the demigod, they don't know anything. But that's one condition of them. They will not tell you until you ask them. You understand? That's why demigod worship cannot lead you to the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Are there deities also transcendental then?
Who?
Are demigods deities?
No, they are in the modes of material nature. That's a verse, no? Come on. Bhagavad Gita, 18 what? 18 what? Huh? 1823 or something? Everybody is in the modes of material nature. Bhagavad Gita, you go see 1820. 1820 is it? Yeah? 1814? No, not this verse.
40.
What?
40.
40.
Yeah.
There's no being existing either here or among the demigods in the high planet system which is free from the three modes of material nature. Three modes are born of material nature. Right? So the demigods are all in the modes. Only person who is not in the mode is Krishna. Hari, Nirguna, Sakshat. So try to understand this. All these points are all fitting in, you see how they correlate. Why the chanting, the only means the chanting, and what to chant, how to chant. It has all been given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why if you don't take up the process given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there's no way you can go back to God. It's not possible. And you do anything else, it'll not work. It'll not work. Right? I have conclusively put with evidence, I have shown this thing. Not that I'm just picking my speculation because I'm Hare Krishna. You have to understand how all this correlates. Right? Why you are chanting? You can connect with the Lord by sound vibration. Yes, and the Lord is perceived by, His subtle form is perceived by chanting. That's why when you chant, you feel good. Why? Because you're connecting with the Lord. You understand? And you see another verse. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, whose glorious and activities are pleasing to hear, at once appear on the seat of my heart as if called for, as soon as I begin to chant His holy activities. You see this point? This is spoken by Narada again. The moment he chants, immediately the Lord is sitting in his heart already. And the same point is said by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Very quickly you will see his lotus feet. You understand? I mean, this is a very high platform. I don't think that immediately tomorrow you got, the Lord manifesting in your heart. But you can feel by chance. And you can feel the presence of the Lord. Chanting is so powerful. Yes. Any other questions? Clear?
The Lord says in lots of different places that He is not different from Omkara.
I cannot hear.
The Lord says in lots of different places that He is the transcendental sound vibration of Om or Omkara. Why? I understand that the Hare Krishna form is no personal mantra, but why do we not place as much stress on chanting Om?
Prabhupada says Omkara is for impersonalists. Impersonalists like to chant as Omkara. Whereas devotee we chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna mantra includes this Omkara. Actually, if the breakdown of Omkara, I got three sounds. What? A, U, and M. The A is referring to the living entity, U is referring to Srimati Radharani, and M is referring to Krishna.
I is Krishna.
Huh?
I is Krishna. M is living.
I got it wrong. What is that?
I is Krishna.
A.
Ah.
A is Krishna,
U
U, Radharani, and M is the living entity. All right, I got it a little mixed up. I think that purport is there in this is the Bhagavad Gita, 17th chapter. CC. Okay, you go, you see Omkara, you type, you will get that explanation. So therefore, even we also chant Om. Why we not that we don't chant Om? Nama Om, yes. Om Vishnu Pada, yes. So Om is the pranava, is the beginning. But Hare Krishna mantra includes the Om. And it's more personal because it's referring to the Lord directly. Whereas that's why the impersonalists, they like this Omkara. Why? Om. Om. go to sleep also. Om.
Go back to that.
Prabhupada said that. Not I'm joking. Prabhupada said Om and go to sleep. Understand? Chanting Hare Krishna is direct. Why you have to be direct? Again, another question. Why? Huh? See again this verse. And this famous verse, right here, you see this. This is where we were speaking. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. See the word here. Iti pumsa Vishnu bhakti che navalakshanam. Kriyete bhagavati adaha. This word ada means direct. Huh? So when you chant Hare Krishna, you get direct connection. You get what? Understand? Hello? Huh? This is the word here. Directly or completely. You understand? So that when you chant Hare Krishna, not it that you maybe, could be, might be. No such things. You getting direct connection with the Lord. Pratyakshaha. Pratyakshaha dharmyam. What is that? Susakam kartaham avyayam. Understand? So don't think that here we are speculating, maybe, Hare Krishna, you like Hare Krishna. No. It is a sure win process. It brings you directly to the Lord. You understand? And when you chant, as Narada was saying, immediately the Lord came and sat in my as though called for. What does it mean? Speculating? Narada is speculating. Huh? Come on. He's telling how I'm perceiving the Lord. So when you chant, the Lord is there. He will connect you. You follow? That's why this process is 100% successful process. If you chant, you are going home back to God without any doubt. Unless, of course, you commit offenses, then it will take you longer. It's not that you don't go back, it will take you longer time until you purify yourself. Yes? So therefore, this is why we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Now you know exactly why? Is it clear? Yes? No?
Yeah.
All right, so I think we have time off. We'll stop here then. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Take away. Oh, yeah.